KTSM continues to press for answers from the Dona County Sheriff's Office on what a volunteer search organization says are over 20 sites with human remains found in the desert just west of Santa Teresa, all in the past year. Thank you for choosing KTSM 9 News at 10. I'm Andy Morgan.
And I'm Monica Cortez. Now to a story we first brought you over a month ago. Those volunteers are from an organization called Battalion Search and Rescue, and they say they have submitted detailed reports to the sheriff and the New Mexico Office of the Medical Investigator, but it looks like no one has gone out to look at those sites. Our Jesus Baltazar has been covering the story extensively, and Jesus, Sheriff Kim Stewart finally granted us an interview. What is she saying about the issue?
Andy, Monica, I was able to finally get an interview with Dona County Sheriff Kim Stewart, and she had a lot to say over the matter. To give you better perspective, these volunteers, husband and wife, have taken me out to 2 of these sites over the past couple of months, where I have observed a cranium, a spinal column and ribs, jaw bones, among other remains. Now, the group says there are among more than 20 sites that they've discovered in the area in the past year. And today, Sheriff Stewart spoke with me explaining why she isn't prioritizing a response to these sites.
I don't know where they've come from, sir. I don't know how long they've been there. I don't know if they've been planted there. If you are not going to stand by until we arrive because you are too busy roaming the desert looking for who knows what, we're not going to take these very seriously.
James Holman and Abby Carpenter from the Battalion Search and Rescue said if they waited at every site they've discovered for the sheriff to respond, it would only slow them down, and responded to the idea that they could have planted the remains.
That's a horrible thing to suggest. All I can say is do your damn job.
And if they changed the policy that we needed to remain at the site, why didn't they let us know?
Holman says the information they have provided to the sheriff is detailed and extensive, including GPS points, descriptions of the site, photographs, and forensic rulers. Sheriff Stewart, however, said the coordinates they have received from them are inaccurate, and that any investigation they could make would be nullified because with the volunteers' presence at the site, the scene has likely been contaminated.
I'm not going to collect bones. We investigate crime. And if the scene's trampled, there's no evidentiary value in this.
Holman and Carpenter question whether that is reason enough to look away from the scene.
So if there's a concern that this site has been tampered with, we just leave a human being in the desert then? These are missing persons. We don't know who they are.
How does the sheriff office know it's not a crime scene if they don't go out? How can they tell from afar?
Sheriff Stewart questions if they want a crime solved or for the remains to be identified, as she says her office does not have the resources to extend itself to account for all the reports they receive.
I have crimes that need investigation where I know they're victims. So I kind of have to choose how I prioritize some of this, don't I?
Stewart added that identification is a task that falls on the New Mexico Office of the Medical Investigator. But Holman said they have been told by the OMI that they cannot look at those sites without the sheriff having assessed it first.
There are families out there on both sides of the border, I'm sure, looking for answers, and they're being robbed of those answers.
Sheriff Stewart previously stated that the sites documented by us were deemed prehistoric by the Bureau of Land Management. However, the BLM's Las Cruces District Office said the sites are not on BLM managed lands, based on reports provided by Battalion Search and Rescue. Reporting from the newsroom, Jesus Baltazar, KTSM 9 News.